My name is Mifsud and I'm a ceramics designer, maker and teacher with a first class BA Honours degree in ceramic design from Glasgow School of Art. I started working with clay in 1993 and I have been full-time self-employed for 5 years from my home studio. I work mainly in producing wheel-thrown ceramic functional ware. I also make slab-built pieces since buying my slab roll a year ago, but it probably only contributes about 10% to my work. Stoneware is my main clay of choice, which I import from Stoke-on-Trent in the UK. The clay has a fine amount of grog, and as I've been throwing with it for about 17 years, I've grown very used to its characteristics and the way in which I can manipulate it. We have quite a good working relationship. I also use a stoneware chocolate black clay, again from the UK. This I use when I want to add some drama to my pieces. It's rough and more gritty than my stoneware and leads me down a totally different path when I'm designing and making objects. It speaks a different language. I make all my own glazes from raw materials. This I do because I think it gives me more control of my colour palette and I suppose makes the finished work more personal. I then fire in one of my electric kilns to around cone 6. One of the main areas of my business revolves around designing and creating tableware for local restaurants and chefs. During this process, I find myself working the personalities of the clients into the ceramic items, taking into consideration how they will be used and by whom. This always drags me into finding new ways of working and overcoming problems and stretches me as a designer and maker. As most of the chefs are at the top of their game, they demand originality and perfection. Handmade ceramic functional ware stands out in a restaurant environment. No two items look exactly the same. They stimulate the senses, the feel of the work, its appearance, even the sound when a knife and fork come in contact with it. Restaurants can serve as an interactive exhibition space. I feel I have more freedom in my work and in expressing myself when I'm creating items for private clients and off-the-shelf pieces. Most people that order or buy ceramics for their homes want it because they connect with what I do and allow me to design and create without imposing their own ideas. I understand that this will still need to conform to their surroundings, but I feel as if they would like a version of me to also be present. I think one of the constant traits of my work, apart from the bright detailed glazes, is my love of texture. Clay begs to have texture, it's in its nature. If you run anything over its surface, a texture is created. I find this exciting and enjoy playing with taming that texture into something that's aesthetically pleasing. It could be capturing something from nature and repeating that on the clay form, or dragging a tool around a pot on the wheel. I just find it adds depth and intrigue. It pleases me to know that people can experience my ceramics through touch alone. I can't imagine a time when I'll not be working with clay. I hope to eventually be a little old lady covered in slip and cat fur. Most of what I do is planned around the medium, which includes my working week, the people I meet and the places I travel to abroad. Most of my inspiration comes from those people and places, and also news events. They all conjure up images of shapes and surfaces and guide me into creating new objects.